Welcome. It's late. The Ukraine. What are our convictions that we must uphold? It is very easy to talk tough and do nothing. There is murder, blatant murder going on right now. Russia attacking the Ukraine. They took over and bombed a nuclear power plant. They have murdered children, schools, hospitals. Yes, much of the world is sending aid and weapons, but the Ukraine is still being bombarded, and we are watching the butchering of innocent people. Zelensky and the Ukrainians are showing us who we claim to be. We claim to be freedom lovers, that we defend freedom at all costs. The Ukraine is putting up an amazing fight, but you cannot remain on the defensive and win a war. They are inflicting damages, but they cannot withstand Russia's military, even though Russia's military has faltered. Many of the soldiers don't even know why they're there. The tanks are old, but they still outgun the Ukrainian army, even with our aid. And God forbid Zelensky is murdered. We watch it and we cheer him on, and he is heroic, as are the Ukrainians. God forbid Zelensky and his family are murdered and the Ukrainians fall to the butcher that Putin is. While we all watch. He is calling us out, and rightly so. He is in the arena while we all sit around and watch. And I don't mean you and I, but our nations. Europe, America, Canada, Australia, Japan. Countries all over the globe are backing them, the Ukrainians. If we claim these are our convictions, freedom of speech, democracy, I'm sorry, but that we can no longer wait and watch people as lambs to the slaughter, as sacrifice, waiting to see what they're going to do. Well, Russia is going to continue their bombardment, and they have tried multiple times now to assassinate Zelensky. Shame on us if he is murdered. Shame on us if his family is murdered. Shame on us if another child is murdered while we watch and do nothing. I'm sorry, but there is a moral conviction stronger than any treaty ever. And that moral conviction is justice. How dare we sit around and watch children getting killed? Putin has no right to be in the Ukraine. I am for, at this point, breaking this treaty, or not breaking the treaty, but entering and creating a no-fly zone over the Ukraine. We are not going into Russia. We are not invading Russia, but we are protecting a friend, someone who holds our values that we claim to hold on to so dearly while we watch them burn. There is no more important event than what is happening right now in the Ukraine. There is no more higher ground than helping them. If we lose, or if Zelensky and the Ukrainians lose, shame on the world. It's easy to cheer him on, He is heroic. He said, give me ammos. I don't need a ride. I need ammo. This guy has balls. America has balls. Where the hell are they? That's the difference between a follower and a leader. I understand that Putin has nuclear weapons. He just hit a nuclear facility today. There's no indication he's not going to use nukes. And again, we are not going into Russia. But I think we must, at this point, intervene and essentially protect our friends. Russia has no more right in the Ukraine, and we have equal right to go into the Ukraine to protect them. There's been plenty of times in history. Kuwait, when Iraq invaded Kuwait was not part of NATO. There is a moral higher ground, and people need to stop hiding behind treaties. Well, we can't do anything. Our hands are tied. They're not part of NATO. Do we need NATO to know what's right from wrong? Do we need NATO to protect a weaker friend from a bully? Tyranny wins when good people don't stop it from spreading. The bullies back off when people stand up to them. We cannot go silent into the night while Ukrainians continue to die, while we watch like an arena, like a Roman Colosseum. We could do something. We could do a lot more. It is unconscionable to simply sit back and watch. Like I said, Russia has no more right to be in the Ukraine. We have equal right to go protect our friends in the Ukraine. Not attacking Russia, simply protecting our friends. What would you do if your town was on fire? What would you do if your neighbor's house was on fire? And what would you do? How would you feel if you did nothing? That's the difference between actions and weakness. That's the difference between standing up for convictions and hiding behind empty words. I am for entering in, protecting the airspace of the Ukrainians to give them a chance. They deserve that. They've earned that. How dare the world keep patting itself on the back while these people are being murdered and butchered? How far are you willing to go for your convictions? Because they aren't convictions until you stand up for them. I'm going to read you one quote, and then I will let you go. If you haven't found something you're willing to die for, you aren't fit to live. Martin Luther King Jr. Thank you.